We have the brand new Mazda CX-80 2024-2025 model, and in this video we will test drive it. I start inside the car because outside it's quite rainy, pretty hard, and the whole day today will rain, and I don't have time another day to test drive the car until next year. So I decide to test it basically today on raining, but that's okay, that's fine. We can test it as well. We will go in the city, we will go on the highway at high speed, and I will give you the feedback on how it's on the road, this new Mazda CX-80. Also, I will have a separate video on my channel where I review the car, interior, exterior, technical data, more information about the car, material quality, multimedia. We will talk about the space. Definitely check out that video because it's really interesting. You can get even more detail. And by the way, guys, if you are in Romania, if you are in Bucharest, if you want to see the car, test drive the car, buy the car, definitely check out Arian Motors from Regenerative Group. I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen. They are super nice, they will help you with everything, so definitely check them out. Now I want to give you some technical data before we start. I just turned on a little bit the climatic system and also the heating seats, heating steering wheel. I need a little bit of warm before we start driving. The car have around 97% battery because it's the plug-in hybrid version. It comes in two versions basically. We have this plug-in hybrid version, which I will give you the technical data in a second, and it comes with another version, a diesel mild hybrid version with 3.3 diesel engine, which is really interesting, really reliable. And yeah, that's another story, another video. But in this video we will talk about the plug-in hybrid. You will see how the car will do the transition between electric and petrol engine, and also you have a button here to deactivate. If you want to deactivate the EV mode, you just press this, EV mode cancel it, and you activate it again. So all you have to do is just press this button, and then the petrol engine it's running right now. Also you have a few different driving modes. You can see here off-road, EV, normal, and sport mode. We will test all those driving modes, excepting the off-road because we are not going to go off-road. And also we'll explain you a few functions here, and then we will start driving. But before that, let me give you some technical data about the car. The version that we will test today, it's Homura Plus, and the price with color included, it's 66,000 euro. Also basically this CX-80, it's a CX-60 but with 25 centimeters longer. All these length come from the wheelbase, so the wheelbase is longer. That means should have a better stability on the high speed, on the curves, and overall much nicer, pleasant ride at long trips. Also, from what I understand, they improved the suspension, so the suspensions are much better, should be much better than a CX-60. We will test this in this video as well. This plug-in hybrid version, it's all-wheel drive. Both of them are all-wheel drive. That means the rear wheels will drive permanently the car, but as needed the front wheels as well. It comes with a 2.5 liter petrol engine, 4 cylinders in line, combined with a 8-speed automatic transmission with one electric motor and an 17.8 kilowatt-hour lithium battery. Total power of the car 327 horsepower, 500 newton meters, pretty powerful. 0 to 100 6.8 seconds. Top speed of the car 195 km per hour. CO2 emission 36 grams. You can drive in electric only up to 60 km VLTP. Consumption when you have enough battery like I have today, it's around 1.6 liter. We will test the consumption as well. Fuel tank capacity 70 liter, ground clearance 17 centimeters, and the turning circle 12.4 meters. The weight of the car 2165 kilograms, and the car comes with double wishbone suspension on the front and independent multi-link on the rear. They are kind of different than the CX-60, and in general those are the most important information. Let me put the seat belt, let me explain you a few things around here, and then we will start driving. You have electric adjustable steering wheel, which is great, and it works pretty quick. Digital cockpit, you have perfectly positioned the multimedia screen. Also you have the controllers here, by the way, this is the key, pretty cool. And also here we have a lot of physical buttons. It's easy to go and adjust even the climatic system from down here. I will deactivate those. Here is the hazard light button, and from here you have electronic handbrake, auto hold function, you can activate it, and from here we can switch between different driving mode. We can switch it to EV mode, that means you can switch to electric mode. You wait a few seconds and it's changed to electric, and it's turned to blue like that, kind of a bluish color. Otherwise, only when you activate from here the autopilot, you will see a different graphic, so it shows you what happened around the car. We will test this also as well as we go on the highway. And other than that, you probably know the multimedia screen. It's kind of the same as you probably saw it also before, with a few different extra information here. If you go to information and to EV, you have some extra high voltage information on the battery, 92% battery right now, and efficient monitoring. I will leave it with efficient monitoring. It comes also with a nice navigation, but I will leave it like that to see a nice graphic what happened with the energy in real time while we're driving. This is the selector. From here you change the gears, you put it in reverse. It comes with a 360 degrees camera, which is very, very good, very clear. And then you go in drive and that's it. And I love the cameras. I mean, the resolution of the cameras are insanely good, and I definitely like them. Anyway, let's start driving. First of all, we will start driving in electric mode, even though outside it's pretty rainy. You have a lot of sensors on the car, so it's basically easy to go around in the corners and to go around also in small places. Also, what I notice, you know, when you drive a Mazda, you have that small feeling like you're driving a BMW. So the steering wheel, it's a little bit more stiffer, and also the suspension, usually it's a little bit stiffer, set up to be more sportier, and that's a good thing. And sometimes it's not so good. For example, here in small spaces, when you have to turn around the car, then you wish to have the steering wheel a little bit softer. And even if you go, for example, let me go in normal mode. Even if I switch to normal mode right now, the steering wheel, it still stay, even though it's a little bit softer. You still feel that stiffness. But this is great when you drive at high speed, cornering, highway, cruising, because the car have incredible stability and it feels very well. Otherwise, I like the fact that it's rides super smooth. I mean, I drive it also yesterday, and the transition between electric motor and petrol engine, it's extremely smooth. The 8-speed automatic transmission, it works smooth and nice, and it's changed the gears relatively fast. So those stuff are super cool. It feels a little bit heavy. Of course, it's a big 7-seater, pretty big car, so it feels a little bit heavier in certain situations. But overall, it's relatively easy to drive. Super windy today, super rainy. Can be a worse day for a test drive, but I have no choice. I mean, today is the last chance to test drive this CX-80, so I take my chance. Now, over the bumps, to be honest, it's definitely better than the CX-60. You feel a little bit more softer, more pleasant. It goes better over the bumps, so definitely they improve here, which is great, and I'm happy to see that. So you have a better ride quality, but don't expect to be super. It's still set up to be sportier and a little bit stiffer, but in the same time they improve the quality. It's hard to explain. They improve the quality over the bumps. It feels slightly more comfortable, but in the same time they still keep that feeling, that sporty, stiffer feeling, so it doesn't feel like a boat. When you go left, right, the car didn't feel like a boat, which is really good. So from my point of view, the setup, it's great. You have the same kind of driving feeling like you're having on a Mazda. Now, when you release the acceleration pedal, you can see the car is regenerating the energy back in the battery. It's not a hard, strong recuperation, but I would say around 10-15% when it comes to strongness. So I think it's quite well set up. So you can see also down there when it's charging. So now when you use the power, when you release the acceleration, it goes down to charge in blue, and then it's kind of a regenerative brake when you release the acceleration. So you can basically Here it's a big hole, so I have to go slow around. You can basically anticipate the traffic and use only the acceleration pedal, you know, like one pedal drive, but of course the car will not go to a completely stop. So you can see when you release the acceleration, it's kind of regenerate. And the good part is that if we go to the menu, let me show you. If I go to the menu, if I go to the settings, and if you go to EV setting right there, and if you go here, regenerative brake, you have high and normal. If you put it on normal, when you release the acceleration, the car will regenerate less energy. So you can choose, like, you don't have any other button or B mode like in other cars. You have some pedals behind the steering wheel, but those pedals are for changing the gears if you want to do it manually. But you have the option to go into the menu, and I like very much that you have those physical buttons, because you can change very easy while you're driving. You don't have to go into the menu, you can change it from here, you go super easy, but in the same time you keep your face and your position straight so you can see what's happening around the car. So that's for me very, very important. And then you can choose from here, normal recuperation or high recuperation. I will leave it on high recuperation. Normal recuperation is just give you like maybe 5% of recuperation when you release the acceleration, and high mode it gives you maybe 15 to 20%, something like that. It's not crazy powerful, but it's enough powerful that you can anticipate the traffic and you just press the brake only in the end. And also it comes with auto hold function. That means you can see you go slowly and then you press the brake and it's engaging the auto hold extremely smooth. So the quality of those systems are pretty fine, and I noticed that the car is more refined than the other older models, and that make me happy, you know. I see that everything work a little bit more smoother, and yeah, they also improved this plug-in hybrid system and those hybrid systems, because I notice it's a little bit better than the previous version. It works much more smoother. You see we have 85% battery. We go back here, but you can see also the navigation system. This is the navigation system, pretty good and very easy to adjust and to go around there and to choose a different destination. You can press on it, you can choose point of interest and so on. You can navigate here. There are many options, and it's definitely easy. You can get you can get used with it super easy. And I like the fact that the screen is directly at your peripheral view. That means you watch, you drive, and then you just look a little bit on the right side. It's not low, so that's crazy important. Now I forget to put it on 22 degrees, by the way. I put it on 22 degrees, and I want to reset the consumption right now because I forget to reset the consumption. So you can see right now on this area we had the consumption, but also with info. You press on info and you see a few informations right there. You can see the temperature is not warm enough. So yeah, I started the car before, but it still needs a little bit of time. Also you have some button here to deactivate the speed limit warning and all the safety features. And yeah, but yeah, overall the car have a lot of safety features: reading the traffic speed limit signs, lane assist, emergency brake. You saw the 360 degrees camera, which you can activate from here. You have the button down here for downhill assist, different driving modes from here. We will go in sport mode as well, but I really like those cameras. They look really clear, really good resolution, and you can also switch it like that. So easy. I like those controllers here. I think they should always keep it like that. It's so easy. I don't have to go and use the touch screen and stuff like that. Now we are driving in electric mode, so you can see how smooth it goes. Over those holes here are big bumps. Yes, definitely better suspension than the CX-60. More refined, more nice, but in the same time I like the fact that they still keep that stiffer feeling, which is great setup. So they learn from the previous car and they try to improve, and I'm super happy. I tell you, I'm super happy to see that everything start to run much better than before, like the transition between regenerative brake to physical brake, like the engine to electric motor.
400 meters, turn right.
The gearbox is changing nice and smooth. It's quite rainy outside, it's hard to tell, but I tested yesterday. The sound insulation, it's good. You feel like you're driving a premium car, so I have nothing to complain regarding the sound insulation, and also the comfort on the seats, armrest, everything. It's placed extremely well. The ergonomy of the car inside, it's super good. Blind spot view, you saw it in the corner of the mirror there. You have the buttons here, soft material you have everywhere on the dash, even here. Very good. And also the seats, we have Napa leathers, very good seats, very good quality. Also you have this panoramic glass roof on this Homura Plus version, and you have plenty of space. Steering wheel in leather, pretty classic, the steering wheel. You saw it also on other models, even older models. Now we will activate also the autopilot a little bit later, and I will set it up from here, so I will show you how it works. I like that the auto hold, it works quite nice. It works much better. It's engaging super easy and smooth. So this is something that make the difference between a good hybrid and not so good hybrid, and that's it. The transition between regenerative brake, physical brake, the transition when it comes to electric motor, petrol engine, and those little things make the difference. And I noticed that Mazda with this CX-80 is doing good. They definitely improve it from the previous models of hybrids. It's quite heavy raining outside. Now you see, we start in electric. Doing great. I mean, the transition, it's great. I press the acceleration and I feel like the car is changing the gears in the perfect moment. Nothing to complain. I will definitely close the curtain up here. Maybe it will be a little bit less noisy, but outside it's crazy windy, crazy raining, so I close this. Maybe it's a little bit better in terms of sound. Great visibility, by the way. The A-pillar relatively small, going around 12.4 meters turning circle. It sits well, and I want to show you something here. I want to activate autopilot and I want to show you how it works. Let me go here on this lane. From here you set it up just like that. Super easy. You set it up like that, and you can see it right there on the screen. By the way, it comes with a head-up display, beautiful head-up display. I think you can see it on the camera. It shows you all kind of information, and now the car can stay between the lanes, accelerate, brake, keep the distance. And I noticed, I tested yesterday, it works extremely well. Definitely great safety feature, safety option to use it when you go on the highway, and also use it in traffic. You have to have your hands here on the steering wheel, but I tested, and the good part is that it's not bouncing around left and right. Even now, when it's raining pretty heavy and the lines are not so good, not so visible, the car is still doing a pretty good job, and that's very good. Look at this blind spot view right there in the corner, and the car is still driving itself, still keeping the distance. You see the car in front, it's braking and then accelerate and brake and keep the distance. And you can see also the view here on the cockpit. You can see the view also with the map and all that information on the head-up display. Also the head-up display, I like very much the graphic and the information. It's pretty good. Now look at this. it's holding the speed behind those cars. And in this kind of heavy weather, look at this, it's braking. You saw the car in front, it's braking. You can choose from here also the distance between the car in front and your car, and the car will keep the speed, the distance. Yeah, so it's doing great. It's doing really good, even in the rain. Now we can go back from the navigation, and you can see right there what happened right now with the electric motor. So right now we are driving only in electric mode, and you can see there it shows you how many kilometers we drive in electric mode. 6.7 kilometer driving in electric mode, which is great, and we regenerate 0.40 kilowatt hour. So right now the car is still driving itself, and we have the consumption until now 2.1 liter, 1.8 right now. So I told you guys 1.8 plus 39.2 kilowatt hour. So they kind of claim around there 1.8 liter combined when you have enough battery. Now I want to take the control and go a little bit faster. You already saw this autopilot that works very good. Let me try to pass those cars. The car have plenty of power. It feels extremely good on highway at high speed. The stability, it's very good. Even if we go 110, you hear the noise from the raining hitting the car, but you don't hear the engine, you don't hear too much noise from outside. So the insulation is not bad, and I tested that yesterday. You have a wiper on the rear there as well. We can go also out of the highway here, and then we try to drive a little bit faster on the other side. Right now we have on high recuperation, and when I release, you can see right now I don't even use the brakes because I don't need it. If I release the acceleration pedal, the car is already recuperating pretty strong, and it's charging back the battery. Look at this, and I don't even have to use the brake. I didn't use the brake here at all, which is very good. And I like that in the curve. Yeah, as I said, it doesn't feel like a boat because they set up the suspension a little bit stiffer. Wow, it feels good, dynamic. It's so good on the curves. It's pretty good. I like it. You see it? It's pretty good. Yeah, they kind of improve the quality. It's a little bit smoother over the bumps. Right now, small bumps, it's incredible smooth. But in the same time, they keep that nice sporty feelings, nice sporty stiffness. Now I want to go in sport mode. Let's go in sport mode. Right now it's turned, you can see the screen, it's turning to red. The steering wheel become a little bit stiffer. Man, it's so direct. The steering is so direct to the wheels. I like that. Definitely they keep this. Ooh. Nice. Yeah, so as expected, it feels like a dynamic sporty car. Definitely have some BMW feeling in it. Such a big car, and you can still have some fun with it. Ooh, wow. It has pretty good stability.
Proceed 6 kilometers.
Nice. definitely they did a better job. Definitely improved the hybrid systems. Now the engines stay a little bit higher in the revs, but still not noisy. Even though I push it a little bit harder there, it didn't sound too noisy. It's kind of hard to drive faster around here because it's pretty traffic and it's super bad weather. $113, no problem. I mean, man, you drive on this kind of super heavy condition, 115 km per hour, and you feel like you're driving 50 or something like that, something lower speed. So that says a lot about the cruising power of this car. 120, it's like nothing for the car, really nothing. Now recuperate again, we will go out of the highway. Yeah, it's a fantastic cruiser at high speed. And going over those water pots, because the car it's quite heavy, 2,100 and something kilograms, it feels nothing go over the water pot. The stability, wind, nothing. It's really stable, really great cruiser. It's a car that you can definitely trust. Now let's switch to EV mode, for example. Press the brake, recuperate some energy, and right now in EV mode you can see the steering wheel. Well, the steering wheel, it's pretty much like in sport mode. That's surprisingly for me. It's pretty much feel like in sport mode, and I saw that also. I don't remember which car I tested. It was kind of the same. If I go in normal mode, the steering wheel become, oh, it's kind of the same. Yeah, depend on, I guess depend also on speed.
The third exit.
Yeah, it's kind of the same, normal and EV. But if I go in sport mode, now it's much more responsive to acceleration. Steering wheel, it's kind of the same. No, it's more direct, a little bit more direct, the steering right now. So it's pretty interesting. And I test that, I think on Toyota, yes, Toyota Camry, it was kind of the same feeling, you know. It's really different. The steering become a little bit more direct when you switch to sporty mode, but in the same time it's kind of feel a little bit, or maybe it's my impression, it's a little bit lighter, but lighter and more direct. Maybe because it's more direct, it feels also lighter. But interesting approach. I noticed that's kind of the same setup, kind of very similar setup as Toyota on the new Camry. And let me go back to EV mode. I want to drive in electric mode for a while, just cruise around smooth. You can see over those water pots, it's nothing. And right now driving electric, smooth and nice. So all this road, let's go back to normal. I think normal is the best way to stay all the time on the plug-in hybrid. Here it's a big hole, it's no problem, really good. But here we have some speed bumps. Let me see how it's
500 meters
handling around here over those speed bumps. Yes, now here you feel a little bit stiffer. So if you go over big bumps, you feel a little bit stiffer, but otherwise very smooth and nice, but it's normal because it's set up to be a little bit more dynamic, and I like that. I wouldn't want to have a car, big car like that, feel like a boat, you know. It's unsafe, high speed, feel not so stable. I prefer this setup, a little bit sportier, a little bit more dynamic, something like that. I think it's much better.
Right and then enter the roundabout.
Now I want to drive a little bit in the city, and then we can check the consumption. Until now it's 3.8 liter plus 34.5, but we will see in the end what kind of numbers we can get also with city. Anyway, super harsh condition, wind, rain, cold.
Take the first exit.
Again, here over this bump. Yeah, it's fine. It feels fine. It feels definitely fine.
In 500 meters, enter the roundabout and take the first exit.
Yeah, over the big bumps feels stiffer than you understand how they are set up, but overall the build quality, it's quite premium, and I'm happy because when I remember when I tested the first time when they did those hybrid systems, you know, Mazda, and it wasn't so smooth, you know. Now I feel like with this CX-80 they definitely improve much more the hybrid systems and the transition and the system that really matters. So they make step forward. So now I definitely think it's a good build. So I don't remember, I think CX-5, or I don't remember which one I tested a few years ago, was also hybrid, plug-in hybrid if I remember, and it wasn't so smooth like this CX-80. And this CX-80 is definitely work. It's up to date, if that makes sense. 2024, 2025 hybrid system work extremely smooth. Transition between brake, regenerative brake, physical brakes, and also engine, gearbox seems to be well set up, so much better.
500 meters, keep left.
It's exactly what it should be. Let me try a harsher brake here, and we can see this. Exactly what I was telling you. You don't feel that transition between regenerative brake and physical brake, and I'm happy with it. Yes, I understand the car, and I'm happy that they definitely improve some stuff here. Good job. And yeah, we will drive a little bit more and then we will stop. Also, you have a button here, I forget to tell you. You can activate and deactivate all the safety features and also all that sounds when you pass the speed. And I like the fact that you have so many physical buttons in the car. That's so important. If you want to turn the car, by the way, you can turn it around, even though it's pretty big.
150 meters, keep right.
You can turn it. 12.4 meter turning circle, but it's quick. It's definitely quick.
In 250 meters, turn left and then.
But yeah, because it's a big car, you feel like it's a big car, so you feel the heaviness, and that's a good and a bad thing depending on the situation. But overall, I like it. I think it's a good option for a family car. And it's also very beautiful. I really like the exterior design of the car. I think it looks lovely. Now I want to park around here and I want to show you the 360 degrees camera and the resolution, and because I find it one of the best cameras in terms of resolution, probably the best quality. They are very clear. So we can go around and park here. It's still quite raining outside and I still have to make a few videos with the car, so I hope it will stop somehow. But check this out, press the button, put it in reverse, and look at the cameras. I mean, the resolution, it's so good, and you have that bird eye view there that help you guide you park the car extremely easy. It's very, very good from my point of view. One of the best cameras, and you can definitely switch between this and this, just like that. So cool. Very good cameras. Put it in park just like that, easy. Electronic handbrake, you have it here, auto hold, and we have consumption 3.6 liter plus 32.8 kilowatt hour. It's a pretty good consumption, taking in consideration the condition outside with super rainy and windy. I think it's pretty good. So guys, that was the video. I hope you get some useful information, even though it was quite hard to test drive it today. I didn't have the chance to drive pretty quick, but I hope you made an idea about this Mazda CX-80. And if you're in Bucharest, around here, definitely check out Ariane Motors. I will leave the link in the description, also on the screen. You can check them out. They are super nice. They will help with everything. Plus you can see the car, test drive the car, buy the car from them. Thank you very much guys for watching my video. Don't miss out the full review with the same car. I will have a separate video on my channel with all the information, interior, exterior, so definitely check out that video. Thank you for watching. If you have questions, ask me down below. All the technical data will be in the description of this video, so definitely check them out. Thank you for watching. Stay safe. See you soon in the next one. Bye guys.